On this computer. Okay, now I'm recording. So you might be a brand new coach. You might be just trying to find something new to trigger your business. What you're not going to find is necessarily secret sauce. So a lot of this is very simple, very straightforward, and it's just a matter of doing it over and over and over and being consistent and asking questions. And this business is one of action, not learning. So I'm going to do this quick. I'm going to do it in 20 minutes tonight. And that's all the learning you need to take action. Okay, guys, it's definitely a business of taking action. So first things first, the most important job that you have as a coach is to always be working on you. I would tell you, like, has saved my life over the last 6 years, because I was definitely a yo-yo dieter. I was in and out of things. I was a chronic quitter. I was a chronic not finisher of things. And I considered myself, a good mom and a good business person, but I would just always kind of go to the next thing. This company and this team has really grounded me to know that it's okay to switch what you're doing. Like, we offer so many great things. Like, a lot of people have struggled with, I've gotten so into 2B mindset. How do I now shift to this launch of Ultimate Portion Fix and containers? We don't have to be tied to like just one thing works. Like, there's a way to incorporate what we've learned from 2B mindset and emotional eating and all the tools she's given us with that, with the containers. And I always tell my customers, what helps you lose the first 10 or 20 pounds isn't going to usually help you lose the next 10 or 20. So it's important to be changing it up. And that's really important for yourself. Don't think like, okay, I'm going to find the holy grail here and only have to do one thing the rest of my life. That's why we always have new workouts coming out. So it's always important to be working on you, to getting to know all of our products. So just because you love 2B mindset doesn't mean you can't love Ultimate Portion Fix. And what's really important is, just because you love 2B mindset doesn't mean someone that you're going to work with isn't the right fit. It's not going to be Ultimate Portion Fix. So it's kind of like, we've got to know all the subjects, even if we don't specialize in all the subjects or love all the subjects, right? So we love the products. That doesn't mean you have to love every single product or use every single product. That would be kind of crazy. There's plenty of people that have probably never done the Ultimate Reset, which is our 21-day cleanse. I've done it several times. I enjoy it. I work with great coaches on this team that have never done it. That's okay. That doesn't mean that they won't run into customers and clients that wouldn't be a good fit for them. So it's important to get to know those things. A really good app, if you guys haven't heard of it, is called BB Links, and it's free. It's not produced actually by Beachbody. It's actually produced by some Canadian coaches that do a great job, but you can link it right to your ID. And it's a great way to know the products because of the videos that they feature. Go through those videos, learn about the performance line, be the geek that like watches the doctor talk about Energize. And I'm like, oh, like that's why it works. Like that's why it's better than Gatorade or that's why it's better than Red Bull. Like, I like to learn those things so I know. But like I said, you do not have to be an expert to move forward. You have to take action. Sometimes the best way to learn is by doing. That really is. It's not sometimes, always. That's the best way to learn. So we tell people about our products and our lifestyle. We do that mainly through social media, but a lot of face-to-face, a lot of private inviting. We help people change their life with the products. You probably would not be on this call right now if your life has not changed in some way from a product that we offer, a workout that you've done, a group that you've been invited to, a team that asked you to join us. And that's just going to continue. That's going to keep changing your life the more and more you lean in, I promise you. Tell those people that they can help people change their own life with the products, and it just becomes this giant ripple effect. So that's what gives me goosebumps is, I sit here and I invite my coach Shannon, but the people that Shannon invites, like Veronica, that started with me, and that started with my coach Tiffany and her coach April and her coach Amy. Like, we have this giant ripple effect that goes out that you have no idea who you can affect until you get the invitation out there. I'm going to have to speed it up to do 20 minutes. Use your resources. Okay. The Coach Online Office is Fabulous. There is so much information in there, guys. If you click on that little support button, there is forms, there is training, there is everything you can possibly need. There's every FAQ you can imagine. You have an amazing team page, whether you're in Dream Big, whether you're on Good Vibe Tribe, maybe you're in both pages. A wealth of information, a wealth of coaches at your fingertips to answer your questions. I always want to encourage you guys, before you necessarily call your coach, like message your coach, text your coach, go to the FAQ. Use these amazing tools called YouTube and Google. They work. I don't even go into Beachbody FAQ. I just Google everything. I say Beachbody military enrollment form on Google, because I have a new coach and she was a veteran and I knew I needed that form for her to fill out. It popped up as a Beachbody FAQ under Google. YouTube is an amazing tool. I cannot say the name of it right, so maybe y'all can put it in the chat, but that new, I'm looking it up, that new platform for videos, it's Venmo is not it. Venmo is the what you do money from, but it's like Vimeo, Vimeo, so I mixed those up. Vimeo is kind of like a new YouTube. And we have a lot of Beachbody videos on there that I like. BB Links has a lot of videos that I like. So find the best tools that fit for you. I'm sure I'll touch on it at some point, but I really stress to my team that you are not the expert, guys. I don't want you to be the expert. I don't want to be the expert. We have an amazing cast and crew of amazing trainers. Let them be the expert. We have the corporate people that know all the information. Let them be the expert. I start my invitation process by inviting people to join me, and then I send them a third-party tool. I send them a video about Ultimate Portion Fix. I send them a video about coaching. I send them a video about Energize. I send them a video about Shakeology. I don't try to explain it all, because then you tend to like over-explain yourself, which I know that comes up on here. National wake-up calls are every Monday. Team calls vary. Just check in with your team page and they pop up sometimes for if we have like a surprise speaker or whatever. So just stay tuned to those by checking into your team page and being engaged with people. All right, so gotta move my little y'all so I can see this. The 4 vitals. Be a product of the product. We kind of nailed that one already in the first slide. That's you working out, drinking your shake, or drinking your performance line, or doing a 3-day refresh, using the containers, using your 2B mindset tracker and water bottle, like really living the lifestyle. That does not mean you have to be perfect. That does not mean you have to be at your goal weight. That does not mean any of those things. I am a living, breathing example of a successful coach that makes a great income, who struggles with eating. I struggle with potato chips. I struggle with wine. I struggle with I not liking working out. Like, I struggle with all of those things. So don't think I'm not where XYZ is, so I can't do this. Like, that is not what determines if you're going to be successful or not. Number 2 is inviting, but a better way to look at inviting is sharing on social media, sharing what you're doing, connecting with the people that are engaging on your posts, connecting with the people that are liking your posts, and then sending them an invite. Hey, would you want to do this new group with me? Hey, would you want to get in this free 5-day group with me? Hey, would you want to check out the new Ultimate Portion Fix I'm going to start up with? Very simple. Very simple. If you are a chronic, 10 pages a day, don't really absorb it, don't really apply it, just move on to the next book, you're not really getting anything out of it. And I have found myself in this trap sometimes where it's like I'm reading, but am I applying it? Like, I have to go back and really look at what in here do I want to apply. And, you know, personal development, every book you read is a buffet. That doesn't mean that you're going to be in love with everything you read or agree with everything you read. I don't know how I can open the chat. I hope I'm not missing anything. I'll go back and look at it when I'm done. But anyways, personal development, but get a good book like Girl Wash Your Face, or her new one, Girl Stop Apologizing, or great books to start with are The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, or The Slight Edge by, it's Olson. I don't know. Is it Jim Olson maybe? That's a great one. Anything by John Maxwell is fabulous for leadership as you grow as a leader. And I mean, there's just a million options out there. I have pages and pages. You can send me a direct message and say, I need help. What should I read? And I will hook you up. Number 4, getting people results, recognizing it, specifically recognition. Celebrate people's success along the way, whether that's in your challenge groups. Don't be afraid to recognize someone on your public page. Recognize them with a personal note. Just continue to recognize people that are joining you, that challengers that are doing well, your team, and recognize people in your family that are supporting you, that are giving, letting you get on this call, get off and say, thanks, babe. I appreciate that. I know it was 30 minutes. I know it was late at night. I know it was bath time. I know it was dinner time. I know it was carpool hour, whatever it is. I appreciate you for letting me dive into this. Okay. Your first goal as a new coach is to help 3 people get started with a program in Shakeology, also known as a challenge pack. This tends to be the best offer. I don't want to say that there's nothing else that we can offer these people. I'm not saying that at all. But the challenge pack is generally the best tool for someone. You might find that you have someone that is not interested in Beachbody On Demand at all for any reason, even though it goes way beyond just workouts, because there's all the meal plans in there. There's all the fixate recipes in there. There's daily meditations. There's a lot more in BOD than just workouts. So I always suggest that if it's a workout thing. You might have the reverse where someone's really not interested in Shakeology for whatever reason. Maybe they don't want to try the performance line, and that's okay. We want them to start how they want to start. But I always try to encourage the challenge pack for the best deal. I had a girl that wanted to start with Beachbody On Demand for a year today for $99. And it's my responsibility not to be pushy, but to let her know, hey, this is your chance to add a big bag of Shakeology for $60 as opposed to paying $130. So just consider getting it more than half price and adding it in now. And she hasn't responded, and that's fine. I'm not what do you think? What do you think? Let her sleep on that. Let her think about it for a couple days and see where she wants to go. Otherwise, we can set her up with Beachbody On Demand on her own. So if you hit Success Club as a new coach in your first 3 months, and the good thing is if say you started as a coach, and this is all good information, whether if you're oh, I'm already been a coach 3 months and I haven't done anything. Don't worry about it, guys. Think about this as really good knowledge for you to share with your coaches that are going to come on, because you are going to have coaches join you and you want to be able to teach them this stuff. Okay. So if they hit Success Club or you hit Success Club your first 3 months, you get a free ticket to Summit. Summit is in July this year in Indianapolis. And start with your friends, your family, we call it your dirt list, people that would probably buy dirt from you because they're whatever, I'll do it. Okay. That happened to be my neighbor, and then my mom, and then my husband, and then my closest friends, it was my dirt list, that I kind of went to and shared my results so far of what I was doing. How to hit Success Club. This has one change in it that hasn't been updated on the slide, and that's Daily Sunshine is no longer worth 2 Success Club points because they lowered the price. So it used to be the same price as Shakeology, but now it's less. It's only $100. So it's not the same personal value for it's not 90 PV. It's 75 PV. And so you could look at this, any combo of HD products that total 90 PV. HD means home direct. So if someone came on here and got Daily Sunshine and Energize on home direct, that would add up to enough to get you one Success Club point. All these other things, Performance Line on HD, 3 boxes of Beach Bars on HD, which I buy a lot of Beach Bars, Shakeology, a challenge pack, those all lead to Success Club points. So that when you see Success Club points, that's what you're seeing. They lead to leads, customer leads, SC leads, prizes, free Summit ticket if you hit it your first 3 months. All right. So step 1, commit to a challenge group start date. Don't feel like you have to start your own challenge group. This just depends on the coach listening, what they want to do. I have a coach that started a month or two ago, and she just was like, I'm going to start my own group. Like, I never hear from her. I don't see her. She's not in my group. Like, she wanted to run her own thing. She wanted to do old school 21-day fix. Like, that's what she loves. She loves the container. So I know she's going to get into this ultimate portion fix. But really, she was like, I'm going to go. And she chose to actually not even require a purchase, but she had 2 or 3 people start with her with a purchase. And then she has 8 other people in the group that are just watching and are very curious. They're like, what are these containers you're using? What is this shake you're using? So that's the approach that they took. Other coaches team up together because they want to do it together. We have every challenge group guide you can imagine as far as what to post in a group. And you always have your coach. You always have me or Kristen or whoever your coach is that has a group going. So our Ultimate Portion Fix launch group, we're actually running together because we really like a big, energized group for a launch. So I'm really excited about that. You are all welcome in that. It will get bigger, but all the units are set up for the prep week material, and then we will start prepping. We will start posting for we'll start posting to start April 1st, just like with healthier eating. And then April 8th, we will actually officially start the new 21-day fix, because those release live. The Ultimate Portion Fix 21-day fix remake starts April 1st, sorry. But we decided a week delay with the workouts would be good in case there's any issues. And sometimes they come up later in the day for people that work out early in the morning. So we just want to make sure we have a week under our belt where we're ready to go. So you can host your own, you can hook up with people. It's just really about sharing along the way and telling your story and always having call to actions. You're going to see the word CTA a lot, and that's call to action. And that's really giving someone direction on what to do. So if you can see, like at the bottom of Kristen's post here, it says drop a heart, reach out, I'll give you more info of what's helped me, take the challenge with me and see what it's all about. That's a call to action, as opposed to ending the post with, I don't hold back, these groups work, the accountability works, these programs works. If she just ended it there, it's like, okay, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do next. And that sounds silly. Like, of course they know what to do. People need to be told what to do. So you're going to hear the word call to action quite a bit. Okay, become a conversation expert. I already said don't be the expert in anything, but your goal is to connect with 3 people a day or 20 new people a week. This is not like I got to sell 3 people or invite 3 people, but start a new conversation. Like, I start every day by wishing everyone that it's their birthday on Facebook by sending them a private message. I don't write on their wall. Like, I send them a private message. I say, happy birthday. Are you doing anything fun? Or just start a conversation that way. I'm always starting conversations with people that like my posts or comment on my posts, just reaching out and seeing how they're doing, or I'm visiting their page and commenting and liking on their stuff. And I'm brief, I'm excited. Every message has a call to action or a question, like, happy birthday, what are you doing to celebrate? It's something to engage in a conversation, as opposed to happy birthday, and that's it. Even then, I usually get a thank you, Find your need before you fix their need. Not everyone that you engage with is going to be ready or want to take the plunge with you guys. This is what people want to know. They have to know, like, and trust you to be like willing to kind of lean in and share more and even be interested. And then even beyond that, when you start talking about health and fitness, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, this is not a business like selling skincare or selling lipstick. This is hard. Like, when you sell what we're selling, your job is just beginning. Like, you're not getting a paycheck and you're done. You have to step in as the coach then, or connect them with someone that can. And that's not to scare anyone off, but it's an amazing responsibility we have, because we get to change someone's life. And people don't usually buy a new lipstick and write the rep and be like, you changed my life. But people write me all the time and tell me how their health has changed, how their confidence has changed, how their mindset and their belief in themselves has changed. And that makes this job the best job in the world. But we have to find their need before we can fix their need, because you can't be saying like, oh, here are these portion control containers, or here's this workout or this or that, if they don't have a problem with that, if that's not their issue. So recognize and welcome objections as part of the process. We have tons of scripts to guide you. Objections are, my favorite analogies is, objections are just a speed bump. It's part of the trip. It's part of the process. When you hit a speed bump, you don't like park the car and get out and say, well, that's it. Like, this person has an objection, I'm done. Like, that's silly. You have to be able to talk through objections. Like, objections just mean that people need more information, that they don't have value. My favorite analogy to use through all of this is kind of a, heavy screen, is people have to be at their 12 o'clock. Their 12 o'clock is the yes, okay? A lot of times you're going to reach out to someone, and I'm looking at Amy and Shannon and Lisa, so that might be who I pick on. But you reach out to Amy and she's at 1 o'clock and she's like not even close to being at 12 o'clock. And, you keep checking back into her, or maybe I check into Shannon, and Shannon, will not believe how many times as a coach you are the first person to find out that someone's pregnant, because they have to tell someone, and they're like, I'll ask people, you want to do a challenge group? And they're like, well, don't tell anyone, but I'm pregnant. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll check in 9 months. So now I check in with them throughout the whole process, but they're just not at a yes place. They're not at a 12 o'clock, whatever the reason is. But I got to be there when they are. And there are some times when you write someone, I wrote someone that I had checked in with and invited a couple months ago, earlier, maybe January. And let's say she was probably at a 9 o'clock. And I was like, I think she's close. And like the next month she was like 10, 11. And March 1st, I wrote her and I said, hey girl, you said March, you'd be ready. Are you ready? And she said, I'm ready. And she ordered that day. She was ready. Like, she was at her 12 o'clock, but I just had to be patient and wait for the right timing for her, not push her. So we have lots of scripts to help you with that, but you'll also just kind of learn a natural, brief conversation with people. Don't be afraid of the cost. What we offer is amazing. If you're afraid of the cost, you will naturally attract that objection. $160 for a bag of 30 meals and a year of workouts is not expensive. People pay that in 2 weeks of personal training. Like, personal training packages are like four personal training workouts for $150. So what we offer is actually insanely cheap. And you guys have got to wrap your mind around this, because the value we provide is really insane to me. Don't send them your link right away. Never write people and like just pop your link in there. That's where I think multi-level marketing and direct sales can get an icky feel. And I still get it all the time. I have people send me their direct link immediately on Instagram, or people I never talk to ever on Facebook that ask me to buy something. Like, that's yuck. Don't show up and throw up. So I definitely did this early on as a coach. I would look at some of my old invites early on, and they would be like, if you have to like scroll to keep reading your invite, it's too long. Like, no one has time for that. No one wants to read that. No one wants to open up their messenger and be like, I don't want to read this. Like, just get to the point. And just keep following up. Like, like I said, they have to be at their 12 o'clock. You never know when someone's going to be ready, and you never know when someone's going to start and stop and come back to you. And your slight edge in this business, guys, is not quitting, because I don't quit and I'm still around. And there are tons of people that their coach quit and then they come to me, or they fell off and they come back and they know that I'm still around and not going to go anywhere. And I feel confident telling people, hey, if this is not the right time, it's okay. I'm not going anywhere. So when it is the right time for you, just know that I will be here to support you and help you. And in the meantime, I'm going to check in on you. I'm going to see how you're doing, and I'm going to see what I can do for you. Maybe I need to send them a recipe. Maybe I need to send them a motivational quote every Monday. Like, whatever it is, I'm going to try to support them where they are. So your goal your second goal as a coach is to achieve Emerald. And it says first 24 hours. It's really just an expression that you can do it in 24 hours because, guys, Emerald is a decision. It's like, I didn't hit Emerald in 24 hours. I didn't make anything with my money. I just did a post about this the other day. I think I made like $40 or $80 in my first 3 months of coaching because I didn't do anything. I just wanted a discount. I didn't jump on a call like this. And it wasn't until my neighbor came to me and was like, what are you doing? You look great. You've lost all this weight. Like, I told her what I was doing and she joined. I made $50 and I just had this light bulb go off and I was like, well, if I would actually share what I was doing with other people, maybe I could make $150 next month and $150 next month. And she ended up enrolling as a coach for the discount because that's what I did. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to build a business. I'm going to turn this in. I'm going to go Emerald. And I signed up my mom. No one had told me at the time to sign up my spouse. Now, I wish I had done that earlier, but I signed up my spouse after I realized that. So the goal is to go Emerald every month, meaning always adding two coaches. And you can see that you can realistically achieve Diamond in your first 30 months if you just focus on 2 at a time, kind of like 2B mindset, 2 pounds at a time, 2 coaches at a time. Just keep, and those 2 connects a day. Like if you're reaching out and connecting with 2 or 3 people a day, like it really adds up. It's when you fall off or you're inconsistent and you don't connect with anyone or invite anyone for a whole month and you're like, oh, it's starting to pump that well again. If you guys know, like if you're pumping a well, you gotta pump it to get it started for the water to kind of trickle out. And then once you get it going, it starts flowing and you have this momentum. But if you stop pumping, it dries up and you got to start the process over. And it's very similar with connecting with people. So these are some of the rank advancements. And Emerald is just you plus 2. So we work on a binary system, meaning we have a left leg and a right leg. If it seems confusing or we hear people talking about volume and you hear people talking about cycling, I promise you it's one of those things that as you do it and as you grow and as you see your paycheck, you will get it. It will click, I promise. We have lots of videos to share all that. So I'm not going to go through all this as far as the initial invite example, since I already know we're running late, but we have scripts for all of this. We have endless scripts in your team pages. So if you need access to that, just, tag us or holler or give us a shout, like it's in our file section, or we have amazing Google Doc drives with all of these kind of things, like all the templates you need for running a group, all the templates you need for overcoming objections, all the templates you need for inviting to coaching. It's all at your fingertips. So there's nothing you have to create. Add value, what makes you different than other coaches. I would say a good activity for you guys to do is to sit down and write out the 5 pillars that make you you. You think that you're not unique, but we're all unique. We're all uniquely made and wonderfully made. And there's a lot of uniqueness to you. Like I love going on Shannon's page and seeing her raising her bunnies. And she's been working the rodeo the last week. And she's an amazing guitar player and singer. Like all things that are not me, like so unique to her, And sometimes I think, well, I'm not unique. Like I have 3 boys and I'm a soccer mom and a swim mom and whatever. But, before I did this, I ran a chocolate business for 7 years that people still remember me by. So that's something that makes me unique. Like I love being creative in the kitchen and pretty parties and things like that. But, I love my schnauzer. I talk a lot about my dog. I definitely incorporate my faith into my page. What can you incorporate? Because there's no reason that anyone's going to want to follow you if all they see is beach body, beach body, beach body. Like, yes, I want to scroll through your page and know that you're into health and fitness, or that you're on a journey, or that you're trying to do better, or that you've lost 10 pounds, or you've lost 100 pounds, or that you're on a trip with your team, or you're at an event with your team. I want to scroll through and see that so that I know enough to know, like, I want to know more. Like, what is she doing, But I also want to see who you are, because that's where that I know you, like you, and trust you comes in. Because people they can buy a challenge pack from anyone. They can go on Amazon and buy a challenge pack and get assigned a coach. But people want to work with someone special, and that person is you. All right. Okay. Be here from a year from now. This is something that I started saying. It says be patient and consistent. Sorry, I can't see the top. Yes, patient and consistent are key. This whole page is like highlight, star, take a picture. I heard this 6 years ago. I heard be here from a year from now. And I don't know that the second I heard it, I was like, okay, I'll be here a year from now. Like I had to really think about it. But there was definitely a moment within my first 6 months where I was like, you know what? I'm going to be here a year from now. And I started to say that every day. And that became my slight edge because I said it and I believed it and it came across in the way that I talked to people. And when I told people that, don't stress about starting this month, I'm not going anywhere, I knew it was true. Like I was going to be here a year from now because I said it every day. So it got extended and extended. And all of a sudden here I am 6 years later. Do make your page and your personal profile, whether you love Instagram or Facebook or both, personalize it, make it you, eye-catching, share your journey, tell a story and inspire. We have lots of trainings on all of this, but I'm not going to tell you to learn. I really want you to take action. But these are some things to start thinking about as you're posting. Don't post links to your page. Don't post just a lot of generic, I post a daily quote almost daily of something that, and I do that consistently to hopefully people see it and they recognize, oh, that's probably Kimberly's. But don't just post I would say a motivational thing and not say anything. Like tell people why you posted that or what you thought about it. Or don't just post your sweaty selfie and be like, my workout's done, with your Shakeology cup or your water bottle. Well, who cares? Okay, tell me about your workout. Was there a time that you wanted to puke and you still kept going? Was there did you not want to push play, but you made a deal with yourself that, hey, I'll do it for 10 minutes and then I'll stop? Was there something that Shaun T or Autumn or whoever said during the workout that you could maybe pause and write it down? I do that constantly. When I'm catching my breath or have to go to the bathroom or have to get a glass of water, I try to write down things that they're saying, and because it's so motivational, and I share that with my posts. No sales photos and stock photos. They want to see pictures of you. The one mistake I see a lot of new coaches and old coaches make is they're scared to put pictures of them. You feel like you probably have to look perfect or whatever. Okay, guys, go get the Insta Beauty app on your phone or pick a good filter on Instagram that lightens you up or play around with the settings on your phone. You can make a better picture, but you also don't have to be perfectly polished. That's not what people are looking for. That doesn't get them to know you, like you, or trust you. This is how I look. This is how I look most of the time. So that makes it real generic if it's not a picture of you. People really like to see you. Okay, so we're getting there. We're almost done. Fitness versus business journey. They're pretty much the same. Usually when I'm talking about the business, I'm always relating it to my fitness groups and vice versa. Both don't happen overnight. Both you have to track to see results. If you're not tracking what you're eating, you're not going to have as good of results as someone who's using their tracker. It's the same with their business. If you just contact people and don't write names down and don't write down who you're inviting and don't write down who to follow up with, if you're not doing that, you're not going to have the same results as someone who is. Because if you track for 3 months, you get to look back at that and say oh, I've lost this much weight, or I've gained weight, or this is why I'm stalled. You can do the exact same thing with your business. As soon as you stop, the results get further away. This is what I was talking about with the well analogy. Comparison is the thief of joy in both your fitness and business. If you scroll through those fitness groups and you're like, I don't look like Kristen Sharp, I don't have her abs, she's had 4 baby girls and I've had 3 baby boys. Why don't we look alike? We don't look alike because we're not the same person. God did not create us to be the same person. I'm twice the size as Kristen Sharp. I have a different body. I have a different lifestyle. I have a different background. Whatever it is, I cannot compare myself to her, and she can't compare herself to other people too. And you can't do that in your business. You can't be like, well, why is she hitting Success Club? Or why does she make this much money? You got to focus on you. Where can you improve? Where can you make progress? And don't overcomplicate it. I can't say that enough. I know that this is a lot of information to come in as a new coach or to kind of review. And, you know, I applaud you guys that have maybe been around for a while and gone through stuff like this and are always learning to teach it to your coaches, because you're always picking up tidbits. Even, I mean, I always learn something new, even doing these, where I'm like, I really need to teach that more based on the questions I might get from you guys after. You're welcome to message me. Okay, so what would you do with an extra $800? This is the goal that I try to get people on in their first 3 months, or your first 3 months can start today, this month, or next month. Help 3 people a month start with a challenge pack. That's it. Like, help 3 people start. Go for SC6. You're going to average $50 commission. Some commission might be more like $70. So that's the low end, is $150. You're not going to sell a challenge pack where you'll make less than that. And if you sold 3 of those this month, you'd make $150. Next month, if you sell 3 more, you make $150. But if those first 3 customers stay on Shakeology and stay in your group and are still participating, they're going to buy Shakeology and you make the commission on that. It's not a one-time thing. So then you make the $32 on their Shakeology times 3, $96 plus $150, you're up to $246. And again, and it just keeps compounding. You guys can imagine the compounding that goes on after you say, I'll be here in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 6 years, like Kristen and I have been. It compounds so much more, because then you start to add in things like, I'm Emerald and I get leads and I get, you know, basically people that go to Amazon and buy a bag of Shakeology, they don't have a coach, and Kimberly will be their coach. I'm assigned a customer and I make income on those people as well. So lots of perks as you continue to grow. And last slide is what now? Go through your new training. This is for Dream Big. I don't even know if Kristen's doing this. Most of her training is in units now, but she does have a thinkific.com training in Dream Big that's in the units, but she's transferred everything mostly to the units. So that is an option, though, that I think she might send out in her welcome letter. I just do everything in my units. Commit to your program. So I hope a lot of you are committing to Ultimate Portion Fix with us. It'd be fun to do all together. If you just started and you started with something else, or 2B Mindset, I work with a lot of 2B Mind Centers, like, just commit and go all in. Drink your shake and do your PD. Begin sharing your journey. If you're not used to posting daily on social media, start with a post a day. I generally do about 3 posts a day. One of them is just like a daily quote. One of them is something about health and fitness or coaching. And then one of them is just something about my life, like posting a picture of the kids swimming or posting the picture of the kids soccer. Me and my family are moving to Florida this summer, so I post a lot about that, or about moving right now. So it'll change with the seasons of your life. So don't get overwhelmed, one step at a time. Stop getting ready to get ready, and take action is definitely my biggest piece of advice. All right, so how do I stop sharing my screen? Whew, that was some fast talking. All right, so most of the pics of fitness are me and your bra, at least my results program. I'm not asking anyone to post bra and undie pictures at all, for sure. But that's why I do encourage people to, like, take some pictures, like in a sports bra or a tank top or something where you can, like, see your before and afters without, like, having to show, like, you in a bra and underwear or anything like that. And it's never too late to do that. Like, we can always take pictures of our workouts and all that kind of stuff. So, I hope this guy was helpful. I know that we started a good 10 minutes late, and then I went over just a tad. So I apologize for that, but it's a lot of information to cram into one day or one talk. So I am going to jump off. I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. If you have any messages that you ever want to send me, I know most of you on the call. If not, again, my name is Kimberly Wilcox. You're welcome to message me, or we'll get the recording up and you can ask questions there. But I hope this was helpful, and have a good night. Love you. Bye.